everybody. Hey, it's going to be an exciting night tonight as people are piling in here. San Antonio's coming in. We've got a great presenter, of course, no stranger to most of us, but if you're new, this is your first time to be on this call, you are in for a very special treat tonight. And the information you're going to hear is going to absolutely, it's so timely, it's so right. So I think you're going to be excited about what's going on here. And if for no other reason, just open your heart and open your mind, because this just might be the moment you've been waiting for. So Leavenworth, Kansas, Yarmouth, Maine, North Texas. That's Matt Acosta. Hey, Matt, how you doing, buddy? Sarasota, Florida. Man, just all over the place, east to west, coming in the house. Going to give this about 30 more seconds here. We're going to get started out and just keep everybody right on time. There's North Carolina and Hotlanta in the house. All right, great to have you, everybody. My name is Brian Holmes, and I'm going to welcome you in right now and just get this party started here. We are celebrating really just a phenomenal summer. It's the middle of summer. We're cranking through the heat. We're doing what we have to do. But I'll tell you what, right in the middle of all of this, God dropped a phenomenal opportunity in front of us. And we are really just we've wrapped our hearts, our heads, our hands around this thing. And I'll tell you what, it is really amazing to see what is happening. You are at the right place at the right time. And I promise you, as you get to know us around here, it's the right people, the people you've been looking for to link arms with. And you're about to see something that's going to blow your mind. This has never, ever been seen before anywhere in the world, because it simply has not existed in the marketplace, I should say. Obviously, God's creation, it's a natural product, but it's existed, but not in the marketplace for us to leverage and to do something with it as a business model. So without further ado, I want to bring on my great friend, Byron Schrag, all the way from Sedgwick, Kansas, farmland, ranchland, and he's going to take us through the information. So Byron, brother, take it away, man.
Awesome, Brian. Thank you. And just welcome to all of you that are joining us. I see we still got them piling into the Zoom. Thank you for joining us. And
got Puerto Rico on here too, by the way.
Yeah, I saw we got Puerto Rico on here. So, we've been having a lot of people all of a sudden, Brian, that have been tuning in from all over the world. Earlier Zooms today, they were coming in from Europe and Africa and everywhere. So there's a lot of people trying to get an understanding of what is actually happening. Now, we are only launching the information we're going to share with you in the United States. We do have the process happening in many countries around the world, but this is a U.S. market only. But we welcome any of you that are coming in from other parts of the world to listen in, because we will come to you next. There's no doubt about that. My name is Byron Schrag. I do live in Kansas. I have a ranch in Kansas, and I've been an entrepreneur my entire life. And the career entrepreneurship for me, as I got mentored when I was really, really young by some very successful people, is really about timing in the marketplace is what really matters. Is there a way that you can be in front of something that is happening that nobody knows about, and then you bring it to the masses, and you look like a superhero if you could get in front of stuff? You don't even have to be that good. And, I'm the guy that I didn't do very good in school. I went to class to plan my evening activities. So I went there to play sports, have fun. And that was kind of my school career. Well, I'm not saying that's good or bad. That's just the way it was. And I'm going to share something with you that if you can get in front of what's coming, you could have an impact on your life in a very, very significant way. It's really fascinating that the ideas that we're going to talk about in many different ways are God breathed. It's really pretty crazy. And it's how this element we're going to talk about even came about is like a miraculous miracle. I'm going to talk about that here in just a little bit. I know that you have come on here and somebody sent you a short little video. You watched a short little video. You maybe had a friend talk to you about some crazy ideas. But here's what I want to start with. And I'm going to tell you a little story where all this came from. But I want you to understand something very important in the beginning. And we'll revisit this as we move through this presentation. The first thing is this. We're not launching a brand new company. Okay. We've been in business 23 months, almost 2 years. My good friend Randy Tyner had an idea. He owns a manufacturing and packaging company, and he said, I've got access to lots of really amazing products that people are unaware of. In fact, some of these I have the exclusive formulas to. He manufactured product, shipped product all over the world. And he said, we should launch a business, and that business would be where we can inform people of things that are really compelling that could help their life in a significant way. And we could open up countries around the world and move different products into those and create a pipeline of people through word of mouth advertising or marketing, if you will. And so this happened almost 24 months ago. Next month will be 24 months ago when we launched. The very 1st of August, and we've had a tremendous amount of success. And our business model is really about finding very compelling products to bring to the marketplace. And we knew at some point in time we're going to land on something that is just like game-changing, earth-shaking, like, are you really kidding me kind of ideas, just because we knew it was coming at some point. And we have an offering of a lot of things, but what we're about to talk about is crazy significant. So I'm going to start with playing you a short little video. And some of you have seen some information on a short video or commercial about what we're doing. And as you watch this, you might kind of tilt your head sideways and go like, I wonder if that's real or not. Because it is real. It is coming straight at you, and it's coming to the world fast and furious. So let me just share my screen here with you real quick. I'm going to play just a very short little video. It's about a minute long. It's going to set the stage for where we're going, and we're going to talk about how you fix your drink. So here we go. Let me adjust a couple things here so I make sure we get it in presentation mode right. And all righty, let's see if I can get my slide to move here. There we go. So what's this all about, and what's the story behind Fix Your Drink? Fix is a brand new brand name that is coming to the marketplace that has never been seen before. And really the story starts with this idea through my friend Randy's manufacturing company. See, my friend Randy, he has some machines. They're called cinch pack machines or easy snaps. And an easy snap, as you can imagine what a ketchup pack is, and you put liquid inside, obviously ketchup in there, and you would bend it in half, it would squirt out. You don't tear the corners off. You don't get a scissor or a knife out to open it up. But it's all about liquids in what's called an easy snap. And you just bend it over and it just squirts out. It's a highly desirable delivery method for a liquid. And there's a lot of companies that use this. And he's been doing the manufacturing for, stuff like this for, a decade or more. And as a result of this, he did some work for a pharmaceutical company. And that pharmaceutical company's been in business a long time. In fact, something really crazy, on Thursday night, we're going to have the formulator and the head doctor on to talk about this. So you might just make a mental note right now and tune into that. We'll announce more of that later. But Fix is where that came from, is because of the relationship that Randy had. And the formulator, through his pharmaceutical company, was tasked with creating a drug that burned fat. And so this was about 10 years ago when this took place. And they knew about something that happened 70 years ago. In fact, it was 1953, to be exact, that in 1953, there was a discovery inside the hops plant, the hops flower. And yeah, hops is as in the hops that makes the beer that you like to drink. All right. And that hops plant, they extracted an element out of it. It's called mature hop extract. And they extracted this out, and actually was a pretty low percentage. When they got this out, though, it took $1 million to get a gallon of it in place. But when they got it out, they tested it because they believed 70 years ago that this would burn fat up in your body. Subcutaneous fat, visceral fat. These are really big words for somebody that's got a cowboy hat on. Just understand that. It's the jiggles when you look in the mirror. That's what I need to tell you. All right. When you get out of the shower and you're going like, wow, I'm fat. Yep. Or I'd like to have less of that. You know, some of you aren't like that, but some of you, you don't even like to comb your hair in the mirror. I get it. But that can disappear. All right. Does it take some effort? It might. But we're going to talk about something to burning it smarter, not harder in just a second. But let me finish my story. And the story, what happened was the formulator went back. They found this element that was pulled out, and they decided they're going to try to create a drug around this. Now, this is not a pharmaceutical drug. It was created by a pharmaceutical company that decided to lead it as a dietary supplement, because there would be no reason to make it a drug to try to do stuff, because then you get other problems with it. Well, they figured out how to do an extraction in a different way. In fact, when I was talking with the formulator, what the formulator said is the head engineer that was behind trying to do this extraction process, they were totally stumped. They couldn't figure out how to do it. And all of a sudden, what took place and happened is he has a dream at night. And in that dream, there was a way to do the extraction that was like totally off the wall. They would have never thought of it, you know, in a lifetime. And he wakes up, he goes, we've tried everything else. Maybe I should try that. And so this dream that was gifted him, my personal opinion, is the gift of God, because I'll just tell you, there's a scripture verse that says it's the glory of God to conceal things, and it's the glory of kings to search things out. See, there's many things that are concealed that we are completely unaware of, and it's our job to search them out. And here we have a plant that has an answer to the obesity issues that are going on in our world. All right. And if we just knew about it, we could use it, but it has to come out in a concentrated form. Well, they built a machine to do this. They patented the machine, and then they patented the extraction process, and voila, now they have it. Now they say, well, we're going to do some additional testing on this. And they started looking at, okay, what happens when this goes into a liquid? What happens when it's ingested by somebody? And the results were amazing. All right. And what took place that happened, which creates an anomaly, I'm going to talk about in just a second, which is when they put it in alcohol, it actually burned the fat quicker. How crazy is that idea? So let's talk about anomalies. The unicorn of what we have here is 2 unicorns, not just one. They came in pairs here. And I'll tell you where they came in pairs. Is what if it was possible to burn fat smarter and not harder? You say, well, what are you talking about, Byron? Well, if you want to get rid of fat, would all of you agree that it's hard to do that? I mean, you got to get up in the morning and you got to drink stuff you don't want to drink, probably. You got to eat food that you really are not that excited about eating. You got to feel hunger pains. You got to go to the gym. You got to get into ice baths or cold plunges or all these things. None of those things sound very fun. And I know that many of you that don't do those things, you're going, that's exactly why we're not doing them. But still, you look at the jiggles in the mirror and you're going, I wonder how I could get rid of those. I wonder if there's a better way. Well, you better mark this day down in your calendar, because you're finding out about the better way. Burn fat smarter, not harder. What if that was really true? Would that be a unicorn idea? Yes, it absolutely would. And the second component, that is the second unicorn that we're letting out in the pasture tonight, is the idea of what if I could put that in an adult beverage and it actually burned fat faster? Let me just tell you a little story. I can't even hesitate to tell you this, and this is not a claim. This is just something that happened that I got a phone call on yesterday. So I had somebody that they plugged into this. The gentleman has a TikTok platform of thousands and thousands of followers, and it's a comedy platform. And what he did on his platform is he decided he likes Jack Daniels. So he decided that on his comedy platform on TikTok is he's going to get Diet Jack Daniels. So what he does is he gets a Jack Daniels out and he takes one of these little snaps and he snaps that in there. All right, he squirts it in there and he says, here's what we're going to do. I don't know if I believe any of this stuff that's happening, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a measurement. We're going to measure my waist and my chest and we're going to weigh, and I'm going to do it all right here on TikTok while I'm drinking my first diet Jack Daniels. All of a sudden, what takes place and happens, he goes through this process. Obviously, people laughed. They thought he was crazy, and this will never work. Well, they're not thinking he's so crazy now because I talked to him after 7 days. Now, this is not to say this will happen to you in any way. I'm just making that very, very clear. This is his story, and he did the measurements on video. He did the measurements. He goes, this is crazy. He said, I'm 2 inches down on my waist when he put the tape on and a 1/2 inch on his chest. And his wife didn't have anything to do with Jack Daniels, and she was down quite a bit the first week. Now, in addition to that, I just got a text from a trainer friend of mine. He just messaged me not 30 minutes ago. Now, this guy, he doesn't consume any alcohol. All right. What he does, though, is he works it out. He trains people, but he had some fat he wanted to get rid of. And he goes, this will be really interesting to try this. He messaged me. He said, I'm 7 days in. I even hesitate to tell you the number, but it was 10 pounds. I got the text message, the documentation. Please understand, I'm not saying this is happening to anybody that like you. Okay, each person is individually different. None of this has been approved or said. I'm just telling you what the messages are I'm getting. Is there a way to burn fat smarter and not harder? The answer for those people would be an absolute yes. This is a paradigm shift. The jolt is here. If any of this is true of what I'm telling you, you imagine how this turns this space upside down. Just think about it. What would happen and what would take place? Yeah, you're guessing it. And this is why we got hundreds of people that are saying yes to saying at least to be a customer. In fact, quite honestly, we got them lined up to be a customer because we haven't released that program yet, because we're in the throes of launching it for only people that want to choose to help us market this right this moment. This Saturday, we're going to release the customer program. I'm going to get more of those details here in just a minute. But I know that a bunch of you are saying, well, if this has never been seen before, all right, I got a bunch of questions. Yeah, it is 100% natural. It's a plant. All right. All right, gluten-free, vegan-free, no side effects. It is patented. We already talked about that. There's no taste to it. It's tasteless. I've squirted it straight in my mouth. I can't taste anything. I put it in a glass of wine today. All right. I thought, you know what? This is growing so fast. I'm just going to celebrate, and I have a glass of wine. I got it sitting right here in front of me because I like wine. I don't drink lots of it, but I like to have a glass of wine, and I squirt it in there. It doesn't change the taste at all because there's no taste to it. So here's what I want you to understand and think about. What if this worked in any beverage, which it does, and it doesn't change anything, and it's 100% natural, and it even works in an adult beverage, all right? And you say, well, why is that? Well, quite honestly, when I talked to the formulator, he said the scientists don't actually know why. They did determine one thing, though, that's very interesting. That when you consume adult beverage or alcohol of any kind, your body processes that out first. And then after it's processed that out, it goes to the food. But if you're eating food with the alcohol, it's storing all those calories as fat. And you thought the wine waste came from the wine. No, it came from the hamburger or the steak or the fish that you're eating with it or the potatoes. You thought the beer belly came from the beer. No, it comes from the pizza because it's all being stored as fat. How crazy is that? Why didn't somebody tell us this? Well, if they did, then light beer wouldn't have a market, quite honestly. I'll let you think about that on the way home. So what is going on here? What's going on is there's the thermogenic response that takes place from taking this element, ingesting it, is what causes the fat burn. And you say, well, thermogenic response, that's an awful big word. Yeah, it is a pretty big word, especially for somebody with a black hat on. Only reason I know what it is because somebody told me. But I'm going to tell you because it's pretty simple. A thermogenic response is very similar to you jumping in an ice bath, which I know that all of you don't do that, but some of you do. And you get in an ice bath and all of a sudden there's a mechanism that kicks on in your body, and it's a protection mechanism, and it's called, you start to shiver to warm your body back up, to keep the body heat up. All right. It's the brown adipose tissue that turns the shivers on. But where is it getting the energy? It's getting the energy to warm your body from the white adipose tissue, the jiggly stuff. How cool is that? This is why they tell you to do an ice bath. Well, what if you didn't have to put up with the ice? You didn't have to put up with the bath, and you didn't have to put up with the cold or the shivers. What if that happened in your body? And this is exactly what the scientists figured out. And to the knowledge of them, they said they don't know of any other element that if you put it in your body, it'll create a thermogenic response like getting in an ice bath. That's pretty crazy. This is what is causing the fat to get burned, and this is why the muscle is not burned. This is very, very compelling. This is completely I don't even know the word to use, but this is like game changing. This is a revolutionary idea in the fat burning space. And so, Byron, are you saying I could burn it smarter, not harder? Yeah. The studies show though, if you go work out, it just works better. If you eat better, it just works better. But if you do exactly what you're doing right now, it still can work. I'm a perfect example. I've not changed one thing in my diet, one thing in my daily routine. I got access to it about 3 weeks ago because I went and met the formulator. And I'm dropping about 2 pounds a week. And it's not the pounds, it's my clothes are fitting looser. My face is thinner. All of a sudden, it's like, this is really pretty darn crazy. I could do a snap a day. Yeah. A snap a day. All right, what's it look like? It's one of these little things right here. I put my finger right in the middle. I just bend it over like that. The liquid just squirts out, goes right in whatever I'm drinking because it works in my coffee. I do it right away in my coffee in the morning. All right. Could you put in orange juice? You could. Will it work in your iced tea? You could. All right. Will it work in your soda? Yeah, it does. Will it work in water? Yeah, you could squirt it in your mouth. You could squirt it right on your pizza. You could put it in your cake batter. It's just ingesting it, and it turns on the thermogenic response just in a liquid. It's super easy. It doesn't change the taste. And let me tell you where the other component is. Wait till the social media people get a hold of this, which they already are, which I could give you a bunch of crazy stories. If they just posted this right here, transformation in a snap, and something gets squirted in a beer and the beer glass goes from big to small, what do you think would happen? Yeah, they're going to get a bunch of responses. We're watching this take place right now. See, this idea is not just about a direct sales idea. This transcends anything. We got YouTubers piling in on this. We got TikTokers with tens of thousands of followers jumping on board. All right. We've got the people that got giant Facebook pages. We got the people that are doing podcasts. They're going like, you're kidding me. This could work for my audience. I could monetize my audience in a significant way. Can customers just buy this and not be part of a business? Yeah, we're about to turn that on. You might want to say yes before that happens when you see the marketing plan here in just a second. What's our advantage? Our real advantage to me is not that we have access to this and we're the ones bringing it to the world. Where our real advantage is we're controlling the manufacturing and the packaging from the beginning to the consumer all the way to the end. Yeah, this is not made in some foreign country somewhere, and we got to worry about whether we're going to get it or not. That's not the case. It's all of this is controlled right in-house. Plus, we've been doing what we're doing for a while. Yeah, it just so happens that Fix will be the premier product that's in our marketplace. But we got a bunch of other stuff, and you say, Byron, what are you talking about here? See, Fix opens the door because they want to fix their life. They want to fix their financial problems. They want to fix their fat. They want to fix their health. This is why they're jumping on board. But those same people that say, I want to buy this and I'm going to snap one of these a day from here to kingdom come because I want to maintain my weight and I want to burn off what I got. And over time, they see how that's possible. They could maintain this. This is not hard. It's smarter. And oh, by the way, I don't have to give up my glass of wine at night if I don't want to. But here's where the magic comes in. What if that same person does laundry? Would you want to get paid on that? Would they want to get paid on buying their own? What if they take nutrition? We got a whole nutrition line. What if they take greens? What if they travel? What if they drink coffee? What if they take a shower? Holy moly, Byron, you're telling me that if they choose to buy any of that stuff, that contributes to a compensation plan that I'm going to get paid on because they're spending that money somewhere? Yeah. This is about building the pipeline of consumers, and it opens the door with something that they really want to do, and they might just investigate other things. All right. I already told you about the travel. I'll just tell you, I came from that space. We redefined it. We've got something exclusive into the marketplace that we have. Ask your friend about it if you want to know about that. We got distribution already set up around the world. We have offices already in place in the 24 months we've been in business. All right. The distribution channels are in place. You just need to get in line. You just need to say, oh, I know somebody in this country or that country. Yeah. We're going to open the window and open the door for this product in those markets. It's only going to be in the US for a little while, but we're already in the process of getting that product approved. It's a single ingredient. It's plant-based. It's not going to be that hard. This is not a drug. All right. So you're saying, all right, Byron, how does the distribution channel work where I make some money? Here's what I want you to think about. You have two communities of people you're going to develop, and I want you to think of as an influencer, but when you have your first follower as an influencer, you monetize the first one. There's two teams that we're going to build of communities. You got a community on the left and a community on the right. And when you add the number one in and they've spent $200 because that's what it costs to participate, and you get 72 snaps of this product, you get a $40 commission. You monetize it right out of the gate. The next month, if they repurchase, you monetize it again. You get more commissions that come in. But what happens as you add other people? Well, as you add other people, because there's only two communities, you have to add the next person below the person you had in there. Yeah, number one gets credit for number three, even though they don't even know each other. Yeah, this is a very powerful idea. This would be a reason why you should say, I need to get in line now and not next week. Because the person that puts you on this Zoom, they're talking to other folks, and the next person in takes the next position. You can monetize this, and you can monetize it not only from the contacts you have, but the person that invited you and other people that are being added. Because over time, what happens is these communities can get very, very large. You can see, okay, how do I get my money back? Well, if you have 4 people that you personally add, you're going to make about $200, and it's about $200, a little over that to get started. I'll share that with you in a little bit. And we're going to give you some points to use on our travel platform. That's just a big bonus. So as these communities build out, it's really about numbers of people. Number 1 knows people. Number 3 knows people. All these people start to add people to the community. And as they spend money, it's really about the numbers. I just want to go down here. You can look at all those numbers, but I think this one right here. If you had 50 people in one community and 50 in another, what if it took a whole year to do that? It won't. We got people that did that in their first 30 days. We got some that actually did 300 almost in each community in 30 days. But let's just say right here that this took a whole year to do that. And you didn't even add all 50. You might have added 5 or 10. And, you know, as they started to share with their social contacts and their friends, you had more people that participated. Where the money comes in and that $700 a month comes from is doing 50 points in business a month, which would be a 30-day supply of Fix at $79. That's all tax, shipping, and everything right to your door. So $79 would be the monthly if you did that. And I'm saying that each of those 50 people are doing that. If they decide to buy laundry soap, then it just goes, the money goes up. If they decide to buy nutrition stuff, if they decide to drink coffee through our system, if they decide to be in the travel program, all that just adds dollars that happen per outlet of consumer. All right. Whether they're a rep or a customer, it's irrelevant. It drives this business. All right. I'm not going to go through the compensation plan. We have other things for that. Obviously, the compensation is completely dependent upon your ability and your effort. There's no free lunch here in any way. All right. Is there system and tools? Yeah, there is. We have a complete system that's built around teaching you exactly what to do through a platform I'll show you in a second that is second to none. We have all the support, all the training. We have the events calendar. We have all you have to do is plug in. We're doing these Zooms at 1, 7, and 9 this week. All you have to do is invite somebody, let them listen in. They can choose from there. Somebody sent them a short little page that had a video in it and a link to this Zoom. You say, how do I get access to that? Yeah, that's all part of our system. All right. We have a platform. All right. And that platform, is it's AI driven. All right. It's all funnel and landing pages, activity trackers. You can tell when people are watching videos, clicking on buttons. I mean, there was people that were joining this Zoom, and I knew they were joining before they were because I saw they clicked on the link to come on the Zoom. How cool is that to have the ability to see that from the people you shared information with? Would you want to get back with that person? This is not about chasing people down and burning up a bunch of time and wasting your energy and your effort. This tool takes it from, wasting a bunch of energy and time to knowing specifically and exactly what you're doing. So how do you start? Costs $200 to get started. All right. You pay $30 a year for a back office that tracks all the business, pays the, shows you in real time where the money's coming from, all that kind of stuff in there. All right. That's one time a year. You pay $200 to start. You can either get a 72 pack of snaps or you can get 30 and you want to get the travel. This is what we find is the most popular. Either one or the other. Just tell your friend, get me hooked up. I want to get started, and they can help you get plugged in. Now, what is our launch strategy? Because you've heard about this that I've talked about. We started at the end of May in our pre-launch. We're still in our pre-launch. We're not officially launching, all right, until the 1st of August. In fact, the first version of our customer program is coming out on Saturday, the 13th, which you might want to be on there. And I'll tell you one other time you might want to be on. We have the formulator and the head doctor that helped do and put together this particular extraction of this product. All right. And all their research and all the science related behind why they did what they did. That's going to be Thursday night at 9 Central Time, right here on this Zoom link. You might want to tell everybody you know to come on there. All right. But we've been through several of these things. You can read through them as easy as I can tell you. But here's what I want to tell you. The social media restrictions are still on. People can, make a video and talk generically about things. All right. Which is already driving a lot of traffic. But wait till we cut loose where you actually could maybe share the fixed name. All right. Or our marketplace global company name. All these things are coming right now. That's not available to do. We're going to do the official launch the 1st of August, and then we're going to launch our Weekender pack. And this is a big part of our customer acquisition. This is a very significant piece, because here's what I know happens. We already are watching people do it. They go down to the bar, they go get a drink, just like my friend, all right, that said he wanted to do TikTok and do Diet Jack Daniels. You know how many people are saying, hey, how do I get a sample of this? Well, when the Weekender's out, they can click a link and they can have it shipped right to them. They get 6 of these tested out. When you're in the bar or a restaurant, or you're tied up on the boat on the 4th of July and you're having a cold drink and you squeeze this into one of your beers, what do you think happens? People ask questions. Why'd you do that? You tell them, well, how do I get that? See, I've been in that experience already. I've watched this happen in real time. This is one of the most viral things that I've ever seen in my entire life, and it's for a time that has come right now. You just have to decide, are you the person that's going to hesitate, or are you going to say, I'm going to take a shot? I'm going to get started. I'd tell you to take action right now. I'd get started right now. Tell the person that's telling you about this, let me get locked in a position before you tell a bunch of other people so I could be ahead of the business that's coming. Yeah, that's the real thing. Our marketing plan is very, very specific. This is why only reps can choose. The customers are coming. What if you got plugged in and somebody was an influencer, and they all of a sudden got added to your team and you didn't even know it, and they're bringing hundreds of sales that come in through this product because they got a big following on social, or they got a podcast? Would you want to be ahead of that? Yeah. Can you monetize that? You can. You got to build 2 teams. So it's not it's not where you're going to automatically just have money flowing in because you said yes, but you do position ahead and you get to count all of it. And if you go to work, you harvest it. Really pretty crazy idea. Here's what I want to tell you and I'll leave you with. If you say no to this one, it's going to haunt you. I know you've tried a bunch of stuff before, but let me tell you straight up, our world is hungry for some hope. There's a verse in Proverbs 13:12 said, hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a dream fulfilled is a tree of life. See, the answer to getting hope back is having a dream. And what I believe about each of you that are on here, many of you don't have a dream anymore, because all the experiences of the last 4 or 5 years and all the problems, it took it away. I'm telling you, hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a dream fulfilled is the tree of life. If you get a dream back, this one here is going to haunt you if you say no. And it could be the hope that you're looking for. And you could plug into the community of people that are all about like-minded and encouraging other people. And along the way, we've got some amazing products inside, especially the Fix product. It could fix your financial problem. It could fix your drink. It could fix where you all of a sudden have the chance to drop some extra weight that you don't want to have. It could fix a bunch of things. And it's in front of you right now. You just need to say yes. Thanks for tuning in. God bless. We're going to do this at 9 tonight. Invite some people on. God bless.